Greetings everyone. How are we doing today? It is August the 1st. That means summer camp is over. Of course we all probably knew that. But how are we? How are we doing? How is summer camp for everyone? Oh my gosh, Mochi, hello, Brippy Monty Poppycock, how are you doing? Flatline Forge, welcome. Sudrahan and Astervella. I'm so glad to see everybody. Oh, and
Refresh yourself.
the Sippies are starting early today. You're lucky too, because I just refilled my mug because I didn't have one on my desk. I'm like, oh, last 30 seconds before I start, definitely the best time to go do that. So yeah, summer camp is over. Oh, of course, I didn't update my little currently text. When do I ever, right? Alright, how chatting about summer camp wins and goals. Does that fit? No. Our new goals and ideas. Future plans. Spam. Perfect. I love your keyboard clickies, thank you. It's a very pleasant amount of click, I think. I went sort of feral this weekend, barely had copper, and ended with gold. Oh my gosh. Yes, absolutely. That is the kind of feral energy we are all about in this house. And Melissa Plays RPGs. How are you doing today? It's got a different song in here. Wrote 10 articles, I think, on Monday. Oh yes. Beautiful. Beautiful work. I mean, honestly, so many of you guys did amazing. Just flat out amazing over the course of the summer camp. I got to watch so many people like I watched so many people make extremely modest goals, you know what I mean? Like at the beginning of the event they were just there like, "Oh yeah, I'll go for copper maybe if I feel like it." And so many of the people that I saw saying that at the beginning of July are like, "Hey, I got 42 prompts done." Hello, where did that come from, right? And so yeah, it's just I don't know, it's really amazing being able to see what people accomplished during this summer camp. I feel like there was so much more energy this year, and like a lot of people have told me like, oh yes, like it's the feral energy, it's us getting really into this event with the chomp emoji, all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I don't want to take the blame for this. I mean, I like knowing that the feral energy has inspired many to complete summer camp. But yeah. It sort of felt different this year. Yeah, like I feel exactly the same way. Yeah, see, I walked into this having no idea and the energy got me all the way. Heck yes. Yes, this is the energy that we want to cultivate in this community. You turned so many people feral, you're an inspiration. Oh, I appreciate it, I appreciate it. Oh, and for 4 articles a day last week. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like most of my article writing over the course of summer camp has kind of been like I don't know, I kind of just don't do much throughout the week, and then on Tuesdays when I'd sit down for my articles like my writing sprints and just kind of banging out articles, I'd get 8 articles done in a night and then kind of just move on. You know what I mean? Um so yeah, I didn't really spread out my writing a whole lot throughout the event. I kind of just did it in like short bursts, just like throughout the different weeks. I'd get like, the entire badge done kind of like 1 or 2 days of one week and then move on. The following week, I'd do basically the same thing. I think I don't know, I hit that one roadblock where I wasn't able to stream one week, and so it just kind of like destroyed my productivity for the day. So that one took me like a couple of days of extra effort to catch up on. But I don't know, these things kind of just happen. Yeah, I don't know, I think I should do a little overview, more or less, of the articles that I wrote during summer camp. I think that'd be like a really good way to just kind of see what I did and where I ended up. Let's see if I have an easy way to get to this page. Because I know now the reading challenge page is going to be up front and center instead of the summer camp one. That's always how I go over to the page. Let's see, we do not click the edit button. We click on the view article button. Yes, very good. I'm so paranoid about editing my articles by accident. I'll be honest with you, I don't know how closely they monitor that, so if I accidentally oopsie the little button, I don't think anything bad will happen, but I feel like if I even oopsie the button, something bad's gonna happen to me. So I just try not to. I think it would be a pretty cool feature suggestion to like allow the locking of articles. I think that'd be pretty sick. So we just don't have to worry about it anymore, you know what I mean? Yeah, terrified I will accidentally go edit an article and autosave and screw the date up. Oh, yes. Petrified of editing SummerCamp articles, so I plan on just writing new stuff. Yeah, me too. I have a lot of stuff, like, in my SummerCamp articles that I need to go rewrite and, like, redo. And, like, some of these older articles, I feel like I need to rewrite to the point that they're basically brand new articles completely. And so that's kind of terrifying, but also really exciting. It's going to be one of those situations where I kind of like clear out all of the contents of these articles, reset the date on them, and just build them anew with all new information, all new everything. It'll be a whole endeavor. You know what I mean? And I feel okay with resetting the date on a lot of these articles because like they're gonna be so different than what they were when I first started writing this. Because again, these are articles from like the earliest stages of my world. A lot has changed. A lot of my ideas have changed since then. And so there's just a lot to work through. And so that's going to contribute to kind of like the continuation of my feral energy, even beyond the SummerCamp event. Although, eventually, the feral will have to rest. Will have to sleep until next year. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to take off the title yet. It's cool how worlds grow with us as we do. Yeah, right? Like, I've been working on Melkora for like 5 years. Maybe more at this point. I don't know how time works. But like 5 years. That's pretty wild to me. I'll sleep until next year? What about feral WorldAnvil? Listen, I feel like there could be some feral energy around WorldAnvil for sure. I just don't want to like, I don't want to take over WorldAnvil. That title is taken, you know what I mean? You know, like there is an overlord of the Ember, and that is not I. I can have like my little subsection of the WorldAnvil community that's feral, but I don't know. I don't want it to make it like a huge deal. Not like SummerCamp. I'll take over SummerCamp. I don't think there was like a public face of SummerCamp, but I'm not trying to step on TJ's toes. Let's see, what was I clicking on? Oh, was it this button? It was this button. This one over here. That button. There we go. So here we go. This is the Lion, the usurper of WorldAnvil? No, I could never. Well, maybe we could team up. That's certainly an option. No, we got Strixline's World Building SummerCamp 2023, 32 out of 42 prompts. I do think it's silly that they threw an extra 2 prompts at us at the end of the event. And I did think it was very fun that I got to be present for the grand reveal before it actually hit the community. And you know what's really funny about that, actually? We, like, they gave us time during the meetup to just, like, sit down and write for one of the prompts. And I wrote content, like, almost 300 words just in that sitting for prompt number 41. I just never put it onto WorldAnvil and submitted it. So I could be 33 out of 42. But but it's fine. We don't get anything for that. We'll just make the article later. It's okay. We don't lose anything for not having done it yet. But yeah, I wrote about an organization dedicated to keeping a major secret from the public. Although I guess I'm also okay with it not actually being there yet. Because I focused a lot more on the organization and not very much on the secret that they're trying to keep. I don't know. I feel like people get a little disappointed when you kind of sideline the prompt. Even though I probably have done that a couple of times during this event. I don't know. But let's see. I'm trying to think of which article of mine would be my favorite. I mean, we got Champions of the Dawn. I think that one's like pretty high up there. Because this is the one that I've actually put a lot of, like effort into, I guess, making it look nice. We have a whole table in here, you guys. That's pretty crazy. We got a table, we got some art. It's Mid-Journey art, so it's not like crazy cool, but it's just pretty, so I have it in here. So yeah, so Champions of the Dawn. Pantheon, to which the literal namesake of Malcora belongs to. Malcora is named for the goddess Cora, the Dawnbringer. And so I got to dive a little bit into her history and where she came from and who she traveled with. This article is so incomplete, it like hurts me. However, it is still, it's still very substantial for a summer camp article, so I cannot complain. Katoy, hey, hi, howdy, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, we're just chatting about what we got done during summer camp today. Just over the course of all of last month. Katoy, how is your summer camp? How are you doing? How are you feeling? It is the 1st of August. The event has ended. What is on your mind? I guess the question extends to all of you. How are you feeling on this, the 1st of August? You've survived the summer camp. Got 36 out of 42. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we love the overflowing inspiration that draws us to do even more than just Diamond. Very happy with Diamond and without a completion. Woohoo. If they give a 42 badge, I might die. I think a lot of people would die if they included a 42 badge, which is why they're not going to. I feel eager to get into the reading challenge. Me too. It's just become 2nd of August for me. Oh, Mochi, you're in the future. Or am I in the past? Oh no. But yeah, so let me think about what's actually going on right now for me. I have a couple things on the agenda that I need to work on now that summer camp is over. For one thing, I need to finish the Feral Friday Diamond Showcase page. Because let's see, we got nope, give me this. Give me Feral Fridays. Because of course we have all of these lovely little showcases that I made over the course of the month as I was doing my little article reads, my article reading streams. These have been so much fun, you guys. I hope I get to keep doing these like basically forever. That'd be really awesome. I may go so far as to say, hey guys, can I read some of your articles as I'm judging them? That's what I did for WorldAnvil, like last event. But that was really easy to do because I only had 40 articles and I could just PM every single person and be like, hey, is it cool if I read your article on stream? There are 300 articles that I have to look at. I'm not individually messaging every single person to ask them if I can read their articles on stream. I don't know, part of me is thinking I might just do a gigantic sweep of the articles, do a first round of like eliminations, and then I don't know, like what is the general consensus on just kind of reading people's articles without informing them that you're reading their articles on stream? Because I don't know, I've always tried to avoid doing that, but I know a lot of people kind of just like, if they read it, they read it. Because I know sometimes people don't really want you to. So I don't know, I'm just trying to find the best way to go about this, People do it, especially since you're judging. That's fair. Yeah, so what I'm considering is maybe keeping the Feral Friday energy strong and doing article reads on Fridays still. And we'll be reading articles from my sponsored prompt. Maybe give a statement on Discord, give people an opt-out. Oh, true. Very true. It's certainly an option. I'm always just so worried about that because I know there are a lot of people in the community who are just like not going to see that message, you know what I mean? And so it's hard because that's why I always tried to make it like distinctly opt in, because then I know that like you saw it and you've given me an okay. Shouting a message into the void sometimes is exactly that, and people just don't see it, so I'm like, what do I do? Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of pissed about the manipulator prompt. I'd already written that character for your prompt. Oh, well, listen. I'm sure there are lots of people in a world that can manipulate others. It's the old, I put it in the newspaper, not my fault you didn't see it deal. You did your due diligence. That's fair. But yeah, my concern's not necessarily that people are gonna like miss it, that they won't like be there to see it. It's more just like, do they not want their article like out there? But at the same time, they submit it to a thing that's being judged and like in public, like inherently public. I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably definitely make a statement and be like, hey guys, I'm gonna read articles on stream. I guess I will be like, hey, if you distinctly do not want me to read your article on stream, get me off that list, you know? So yeah, we'll see, because that would essentially mean that I'm doing this on Friday this week, theoretically. I could continue my little 10 a.m. Friday streams with my article reads and just doing stuff. But yeah, let's see, because it is, let's see my little calendar right now. So when are we? We'll figure it out. We're still workshopping it. But yeah, so that is really my plan. I have articles to read. I will be judging these articles. My criteria for judging these articles is like extremely simple. You know, like, is it accessible? Can I read this article? Is it interesting to me? Do I feel like there has been some thought and care put into the layout and the presentation of the information? At that point, it really is just like, which one's my favorite? Let's see, do you plan on doing writing sprints as well? See, I don't know. Because I personally don't have anything right now that I'm trying to like sprint through and like really work my way through. But I do like doing writing sprints. They have been very fun. So I may consider just like kind of having nights where I'm doing writing sprints. Maybe that might kind of transition into some of my Saturday streams as well, where I'm just doing some writing sprints, doing some productivity time. I don't know, because like if the people want to do writing sprints with me, I will absolutely run more writing sprints. They're fun. I like knowing what you're writing about. Write about species in the sprints. That'd be pretty fun. We can write about all kinds of things. But yeah, so I'm just gonna I'm gonna drop these little showcase links into the chat for you guys. If you are looking for reading material, you are more than welcome to browse through this list upon list upon list of articles. I will be having the Diamond Showcase up as soon as possible. If I'm not able to get it done tonight, I'll try to get it done tomorrow. But then at that point, we will have the full set. This is copper, silver, and gold. So here's a list of, what does that make, like 45 articles? It's a lot of articles. And there are a lot of really good articles. I, of course, would encourage you to find additional articles that aren't on this list for your actual reading challenges, you know, just to spread the love around. But also do check out these articles, because I think they're really awesome. And there will be even more even more during this week. So we just have this whole collection. And you can see I really fine-tuned my my style for these articles by the end of it, because like this is all like super lined up. Everything is just kind of like approximately the same size all the way through. As I think copper is kind of like all over the place, a little zig, little zag, you know. It's just it's all improvement over time, right? I'm looking into the children's tale or song based on a real event prompt. Drop them if you got them. Oh, you know, I actually have an article for that. Let's grab it, shall we? Where is it? There we go. We have Feya's glittering eyes. Yeah, feel free to drop your own links in the chat if you feel like. But if we're looking for a children's tale or song based on a real event, here's mine. Here's one that I wrote. And I made like a whole little song / rhyme about it. You know, as one does, as one should. But yeah, so this is so this is one of the articles I have that like I kind of like I touched it up, you know, I made it a little fancier, you know, I put some headers in there. That's about the extent of it. Some headers, a little image in there. That's basically what I tried to do for most of my articles towards the end. I got through all but 10 at like the final minute of the stream. But yeah, so we have Feya's glittering eyes. This is a nursery rhyme often recited by children who currently or used to reside in the Melakaj Barrens. And it goes as follows. Mama didn't let us venture out into the storm, but we saw Miss Feya play a little out of form. In her joy she leapt in prance, in swirling sands she sang and danced. Mama went a-looking for Miss Feya not at home. They won't let Miss Feya stay a while on her own. She dashed into the swirling sands and set her face into her hands. Mama found Miss Feya because she could hear her cries. When Miss Feya paid a visit, she had glittering eyes. We wanted eyes like Feya's too. Instead, they moved us somewhere new. And so yeah, that's kind of just what I came up with. And so it's kind of it's a little bit of a I don't know which word I'm trying to use here, like a little foreshadowing, a little like allusion to what is actually happening in the Melakaj Barrens that I have not yet properly like written about, like as in given a reason. Like I have not properly described what exactly is going on there. I've mostly just been kind of saying like, hey, there's stuff going on here. It's not looking good. I just haven't actually written in plain text what the actual reason is and what is happening. But after summer camp, I feel like that'll be a fun thing to dive into, especially as I start playing more with what information I am like kind of forward presenting and what I'm saving for like DM access, you know, all these kinds of different things. Oh, Grace and Mystery, I have to go. Battery's dying. I'm not home. Oh, well, save your battery for sure if you're not home. That's really important. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. You have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your time zone. Yeah, so I did a lot of fun things during summer camp, I think. Let's see, what else were we looking at? We were looking at this article at first, because I was like, that's kind of my favorite. It's kind of the article I'm most proud of. Who else? I don't know. Oh, actually, my biggest mission today was completing my actual mission, my Dimmy mission. And I did so in these little callouts, in these little containers, kind of like at the bottom of half of my articles. And so these are like my little mission calls, my little mission calling cards. My mission this summer camp was to, on at least half of my articles, include a new piece of world building related to the antecedents. And so these are the like proto-humans that predated like current humanity in Malcora. And so this was a gigantic exercise in me trying to actually figure out who they were and what they actually mean to the modern day. Um, and so that was actually, it was actually kind of tough. Because my world doesn't actually have a fleshed out timeline yet. And like I've kind of been telling people this here and there, but like, yeah, I don't have a genuine timeline for my world yet. And so all of these like dates and times that I'm playing with in my brain, like they're all made up. A lot of things that I'm doing here are gonna have to get jiggled around. Probably moved forward or back in history, and some things are just not gonna be correct once I actually get around to consolidating all of my information. But yeah, like, my timeline needs some work. I did some work in timelines. Doesn't play well with Chronicles, which hurts my heart. Oh. Yeah. I haven't played around with Chronicles or timelines very much. Like, pretty much at all. But I'd like to. The Chronicle tool is really, really cool. I've seen people do a lot of awesome stuff with it. You know, especially because we got to see it in action during the World Building Awards. I got to see a lot of really cool, like, submissions from people, what they did, and I want to play with it. I want to figure out how I can make it work for my world, you know? So I have one decent timeline, and I'm really waiting to try out Chronicles properly. Yes, yes, absolutely. But, yeah, on the topic of the mission, for the Champions of the Dawn, I added a little snippet about the antecedents. The last of the ancients, the mortals who lived during the lifetimes of the Champions of the Dawn, as they were mortals before they were gods. They were themselves the last of the antecedents, the ancestors of modern humans of Malcora. Many have prayed to the champions in pursuit of greater knowledge of their ancestors, but the gods will not or cannot provide the answers they seek. So the little piece of world building related to the antecedents I have here is essentially these gods, when they were mortals, were technically considered the antecedents. Like these, they were them. They were them, there they be. And this kind of solidifies, at least as far as the timeline, when I get to putting numbers to it, whenever these antecedents, like the last of them died out when the Champions of Dawn ascended to godhood. So I know where to place that. When the Champions of Dawn came to be, that was like the end of their line. And from there came modern humanity. And in addition to that, the gods, for some reason, will not impart any knowledge or information about the antecedents to the modern day humans for who knows what reason. The people don't know, and I kind of also don't know. We'll figure it out with time, right? That's what world builders do. And same thing with Orel, this lovely little city. I was about to say, yeah, we're figuring things out as we go, right? And so our art is deciding how we can tell people that this stuff exists, even though it kind of doesn't. It will exist, I promise you. There's a reason for this. I just need to think of it real quick, so give me some time. So just like let me stew in that a little bit, you know what I mean? Let's see. And yes, for Aurel, this is the capital city of the Kingdom of Arsavella. Kind of like a nation state in and of itself. So this little nation state rules over the entire region pretty loosely. It leaves much of the governance of the outer lands of Arsavella kind of just in the hands of the people who live there. And this largely falls to the like very very powerful influential farming families who own pretty much all the land, just all throughout the region. And so, obviously, these powers like to fight amongst each other just all the time. Which reminds me, Mochi may want to cover their ears, because I think this one's your prompt. On the topic of the families fighting with each other all the time, I wrote one of my favorite like silly quotes that I've put in an article before. And And so for some background, this is the article for the auburn deer. I can start judging now. Ooh. But this is the auburn deer, which was a deer that was once like very populous in Arsavella and got hunted like basically nearly to extinction. Conservation efforts for it propped up, were successful for a while, and then the phenomenon ravaging the Melkaj Barrens decimated them, like absolutely destroyed them, because they remained in the south where this was happening, and they just kind of, they just stayed there. And but this deer was like the symbol of one of the families of Arsavella, and that's the Leovan family. And so I have this quote here. No, poor deer, I know, right? But this quote: "How does it feel knowing the symbol you fought so hard to protect just ran headfirst into the sandstorms there, Taryn? It feels like you need to get the hell off my property, Jack." I don't know, it just tickles me. It just tickles me. I like that quote a lot. And the credit there is an average interaction at the edge of the Leovan estate. This is just regular banter for them at this point. But I really like to envision the families of Arsavella's Harvest Belt as being like horrifically antagonistic towards each other in day-to-day life. But when it really comes down to it, they like it really is one of those like love-hate relationships. Like they will come together when they need it. But every other time of their lives, they're just at each other's throats. That's politics, you know? Yeah, did I? No, okay. So this one does not have a mission prompt on it. But yeah, for I can bully my sister, but you can't. Exactly, there you go. So they really are just like angry siblings. They're in it together. But if they actually need help, they're gonna be like, "Hey man, I got you some produce from our farm. I hope you're doing okay." That's tribalism. Pretty much. But yes. For a little antecedent lore, in the ancient cityscapes of Aurel, the kingdom of Arsavella as a whole is the oldest of Malcora's lands, seeing no changes from the ley lines from the final days of the Nameless Age. Because of this, many of its cities and settlements are built from the ruins left behind by the antecedents who once made the lands their home. Oh, Game of Tomes raiding with the party of 13. Hello, hello, welcome. How are you doing? How's everyone feeling? I assume I've just been handed a plethora of world builders and such. If Chaos and Anarchy, oh no! If any of you are from the WorldAnvil community, I invite you to tell me all about your summer camps, any articles that you may have written, or whatever you've written over the course of July if you're not participating in summer camp or WorldAnvil. WorldAnvil. WorldAnvil's later. Tiny but tough for the tome. Oh my gosh, welcome everyone. Hello, for those of you who don't know me, I am Strixline. Hello, I'm an artist, I'm a world builder, and I talk about the silly little adventures I have in this world that I'm writing called Malcora. Over on WorldAnvil, you can learn all about it in my little links and things. But right now we are just talking about our summer camp roundup, essentially. What we've done, how we feel, what we've accomplished, and like the future plans that would have spawned as a result of this event having taken place. So I welcome you to my little chat. You are more than welcome to talk about anything that you are working on, and just join the conversation. Have a good time. Have a nice little chill adventure as I talk to you about some of the lore that I've written about over the course of this event. Let's see. Aurel still contains entire sections of the city which are comprised solely of ruins with no further development, leaving ample opportunity for study of the past. That is, if such a thing were permitted by the Alabaster Hand. And so, essentially what this little blurb is building up about the antecedents is that Aurel is basically built off of like a skeleton framework of ruins that they left behind. And these things were like a hot topic of study once upon a time, but the Alabaster Hand has banned this practice. Just outright. Can I link my Kindle Vella serial that's published started today? I'm excited. Ooh, absolutely. Absolutely. Share the things you're proud of. I'm happy to see it. Especially if, especially things that you're publishing. Heck yes, that's awesome. These are big moves, big steppies for everyone. In fact, in in the honor of all who have joined us, I will take a sippy. So I feel like I've been talking for a little while without having to take one, actually. I was supposed to release CH12 14 today. Yourselves. Oh, hey, thank you for the sippy. Haven't even written it. Uh-oh. Time to get cracking. Time to get typing. Time to get clicking on that keyboard, I think. Immediate panic. No. Just get the not like this emote in there. I tell you to publish it now, but I think you missed a step. Yeah, clearly. Oh my gosh, well, okay. Having just defeated a summer camp, I know what it is like to accidentally not publish something that you're supposed to publish. And writing things on a tight deadline as well. Yeah, let's see. Elia, thank you for following. Hello, welcome. It's much appreciated. Welcome to the Owlworks. Let's see, this is my little stonegrass lavender. What is this? Resource that provides fuel or power. Oh, Foxrider, also thank you very much for following. I appreciate it very much. I hope you guys enjoy the stream. All the raiders that come in here. I see a lot of faces in here coming from the raid that I just have never seen before, or maybe have seen only briefly in my day. So I welcome you to return anytime you like. If you like the vibes we got going on here, if you just want to hang out with some weird little world builder on the internet, I stream every Tuesday, 7 o'clock. Eastern time, that is. And Saturday, Sunday, usually 2 p.m. And I'm really considering doing more 10 a.m. Fridays. But we'll see. Doing article reads because I am a community sponsor for one of the prompts during summer camp, and so I got 300 articles to go sift through. That's fine, no one will notice. Oh. I'm rudely fishing for answers to the children's Taylor song based on a real event. Prompt and strict science chat. Feel free to send them my way. Heck yes, absolutely. If you were a participant in summer camp and you wrote about a children's Taylor song based on a real event, you're more than welcome to just pop the link in the chat. Because Prippy Monty Poppycock is looking for inspiration. Hello! So it is Eli. Okay, I got you. So yeah, I'm a fan of like some of the simpler prompts that I wrote about, like stonegrass lavender, for example. Like it is just a normal plant. It is a normal flower that kind of grows in like the wilds of Arsavella, more or less. Do you have to write the song? You don't have to. You don't have to write the actual song, but you write about it, essentially. And if you write an actual song for it, like I did end up writing like a song / poem, kind of like a mix, for my prompt. But it's not required. You can just write about what it is, what it's based off of, where it came to be, how it's received in the culture, you know. Just all kinds of little world building angles from which you can tackle something. Yeah, we're looking for examples, it seems like. Yeah, we did have a couple. We did have a couple already linked in the chat, which is really awesome to see. Yeah, we just have some flowers. And I don't know, the little mission statement tidbit that I wrote for this one. I just think it's really cute. I wrote that stonegrass lavender of Arsavella bears a strong resemblance to flowers native to Balo Gor, suggesting they were brought over to this land sometime in the past. Thought to be the favorite flower of Levia the Druid, some theorize that Cora the Dawnbringer brought the flower from her native lands and gifted them to Levia during their travels. This line of thinking has influenced the symbolism of the flower in Arsavella's local flower-giving culture and has suggested that even in the times of the antecedents, giving flowers was a common gesture to express appreciation. And so, yes, this little bit of antecedent lore says they liked giving flowers to people, and more than that, the goddess of this world gave flowers to her, to her bestie. Maybe there's something there. Maybe there's a connection there that I can write more about and pursue. Stonegrass lavender, not a clickable link. What do you mean? Clickable where? So I'm currently like in the article right now. But this is a clickable link, if that's what you're interested in. Oh, it's in the article. I thought you were looking for at another article. Nope, nope. I'm in the article right now reading it. But yeah. And so I just have like tiny little tidbits. Like these flowers come in like 2 different colors pretty much. They're in greens and blues. And greens are more sought after when praying for the health of crops, because these are a flower often used in like prayer and worship of Levia the Druid. And the blue varieties are often reserved for prayers aimed at the health of the community itself and not just the crops and such. And so it's just like, I don't know, I love playing with like the tiny little details, like the different, like the colors of things and what they represent. And there's just so many little details in world building. That's why I love it so much. It's like especially people's like species articles. Like I'm gonna mention mochi again, like with the peafowl and the different colors that they can have for all their different little emotions. I love them. They're so good. And take another sip. What else? What else would we like to look at? Oh, and I finally got to actually use some of the art that I made during Bestiary February in some actual articles. I love lavender, gotta be my favorite flower. Lavender is really cool. I think it's really underappreciated, just like as a, just as a flower on its own. Obviously, it's used in a lot of like essential oils. It's used for like a lot of aromatherapy, but just as a flower, I feel like I don't see it in use very often. You know what I mean? But yeah, I finally got to display these little creatures. I don't know. I'm a huge fan of this sketch in particular. I think it came out really well. I love the little creature. My garden's full of them. Oh, heck yes. I love that. I would love to one day have a garden of my own. I am just not currently in a place where I can do something like that for myself. I'm in an apartment, and moreover, I'm in an apartment on the 3rd floor of a building. Loving the owls? Heck yes. You know me, Strix line, I have to include owls somewhere in my summer camp. Although I think this is the first time I've ever done that, so it's kind of a crime that I haven't done it sooner. But yeah, so this owl is my symbol of power. That is the prompt that I did this for. And so this creature was like the primary symbol of the monarchy that ruled over the kingdom of Arsavella prior to being, you know, kind of just ganked off the face of the planet. Um, and so this is a highly contentious symbol right now in the kingdom because the current powers that be, the Alabaster Hand, do not want it to be around anymore. But the people really loved their monarchy. The people really loved the Old Kingdom, and the people really loved everything that the symbol meant. And so there are a lot of relics throughout the city that they simply cannot just get rid of without risking losing the complete favor of the people. That's already very tense as it is. Like, they already have a growing mistrust of the Alabaster Hand, so they're like, listen, there are just some things that we cannot touch. There are some things we cannot interfere with. We will work around this. And on that topic, I have an article about one such relic. That is the hand scythe of the Druid. And of course, the Druid we now know is Levia. She is the patron goddess of Arsavella. And so the way that a lot of the immortal gods work, the Council of the Ascended, like the Champions of the Dawn that I wrote about, people all throughout the world will pretty much worship all of these gods to different degrees, but it'll be a lot more popular to devote yourself and to frequently pray and honor those gods which were more local to your region. So Levia was local to the Kingdom of Arsavella before her ascension. It is where she lived, it is where she made her way, it is where she had the most influence while being alive, and now where she continues to have the most influence as a patron god. And so that is who they primarily worship in Arsavella, at least as far as the Council of the Ascended goes. And so the hand scythe of the Druid is an object that Levia used to own and use. And the curious thing about this relic is that it actually bears the symbol of the Savellan barn owl, which is also the symbol of the monarchy. But this relic predates the monarchy. And so there's this very curious predicament that the Alabaster Hand faces now, where it's like they can't just sweep this one under the rug, they can't just get rid of it. Because, like, this is the relic that they have for their goddess. If they got rid of this thing, there would be actual riots and everything would just plummet for them instantly. So they keep it out. They allow people to continue praying to it. They're just biding their time and seeing what they can do in the future. So it is too sacred to hide. And there's iconography and symbolism all throughout history that features Levia with this item. So artworks, icons, all the like. And it's just so ingrained in like the daily life and in the view of the Savellan people that like they can't just brush that under. It's too ingrained. They all know. So yeah, it's a fun one. And my little mission statement for this. Having belonged to the goddess Levia the Druid, this object is a relic of ancient times and represents tools which the antecedents used in the era after their fall. There are some who theorize that this tool predated the fall of the Golden Age of Magic, noting that its construction and design were too elaborate and artfully crafted to have been created during the Nameless Age, though no records are available which confirm or disprove the theory. Many historians opted to date such relics based on these qualities, which identified more crude tools and objects as items from later in the Nameless Age, and objects such as this hand scythe from early in the age or even predating it. So there is this prevailing notion in the world that items crafted during the Nameless Age, which was like the dark era where everything was awful, everything had just, kind of just gone to shit. Um, the more the later it was in this era, the more crude the tools were because they simply didn't have the resources anymore to make anything properly well crafted. And the earlier in the age, going so far as to say, like, even predating the age, they would have had a lot more resources. Anything made before the Nameless era would have had the assistance of magic and all other kinds of forces that people simply did not have access to during the Nameless Age, and furthermore, still don't have access to. So they're like, if it looks really great, it's probably from way earlier, and if it does not look good at all, probably from way later. And this is just kind of how they decide the origin, or like, the time frame of the origin of different relics throughout Arsavella. I feel like that probably has a pretty strong basis, given the logic presented. Time to be the architect engineer. See you Friday. Heck yes. You go be that architect engineer. Seems like a cool thing to be, actually. Bam. See you Friday. I assume I will be streaming on Friday. I don't think I have plans on Friday. We'll see. Because there are, oh man, I don't know. I theoretically have weekend plans, maybe. Today not Friday? It feels like a Friday. I wish it was a Friday. Oh man, it's only Tuesday. Yeah. I don't know, I might maybe have weekend plans this week. I know, like 3 weeks in a row. How can I keep doing this? But we'll see. We'll see. I'll definitely try streaming Friday. I think that is my plan. I'll stream Friday. I'll do some article reads, I'll do some hangouts, we'll talk about just whatever it is that we want to talk about. And we're just gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a cool chill time. It's gonna be great. We'll get to appreciate even more of the community's work. And yes, the Savellan barn owl, an ancient symbol, as we were mentioning earlier. Even such relics as the relic of Levier has the Savellan barn owl inscribed into it, even though it predated the monarchy itself. And so, here we say, the Savellan barn owl has been a symbol of the Arsaces monarchy since its conception, but relics of the antecedents bearing Savellan owl symbol predate the monarchy's formation by a wide margin. A notable example of such a relic is the hand scythe of the Druid, holy relic of Levier the Druid. Historians believe it to be possible that the Savellan barn owl was a symbol of powers predating the turn of the new era, but no records remain of this history. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see if maybe over time some records show up. I don't know, there's just so much. There's so much to go through, so much to think about. Let's see. We're gonna keep clicking through a lot of these things. Yeah, I don't know. I am both like very like happy and proud of the work that I've done over the course of this month, and I'm also like I use this term very loosely. I'm also like kind of disappointed by the work I got done this month. It's like I didn't get to polish like every single article, and when I say polish, I just mean like add headers to things, just kind of organize the information. I don't expect my summer camp work to be like impeccable and beautifully laid out and flawless. That's just unrealistic for me. I know a lot of people in the community are able to bust out like incredible work, just like very fast, very easily. Just like to name a few, like Hanhula, Stormbrill, absolutely stunning, beautiful work. It's so much more than I think I will ever be capable of producing over the course of a summer camp. And so in my brain, I have to be like, all right, we understand our limits. We understand our limits. We're not gonna feel bad that we can't bust out, like, you know, fields and fields of beautiful content. Sometimes we just have to, yeah, sometimes we just have to embrace the mess that summer camp is. Because flat out, if I had ample spare time, maybe I could. Maybe I could make some like really awesome bangers of articles. But alas, I simply don't. What can you do, right? No, I had a wonderful summer camp. Like, I had a fantastic summer camp experience. I've really kind of been getting into the whole swing of like kind of leading a chapter, managing a stream, managing like a Discord and a community. Like I'm doing a lot of different things, just all related to summer camp. Like I brought Camp Feral into the world. That's really awesome. And so like I'm most definitely not actually, like I'm not disappointed at all with my summer camp experience. I think this was one of my best summer camps yet. Just in general, I think last year was a lot better for like the organization of my articles. I think last year I did have a couple articles that were like really long and involved, and that was really cool. But last year I also had a lot more time. And again, we come back to the crux of all things, the time that we have to spend. This year I had a lot less time, but I feel like I accomplished a lot more with that less time. So I call that an improvement. I call that a huge step forward. And a lot of these ideas are like really tied together. They're really linked. And that's really exciting, because one of my biggest goals for the summer camp was to flesh out the Kingdom of Arsavella, get to know it a little bit more, know how it functions, know what it's all about, know what's in there. And even with all these articles that I've put together, there's still a lot of room for more stuff to come into play in the future. And I really look forward to building out those things in the future. And for now, I just have a lot of articles that I need to go through and update that are not summer camp articles. But I have a lot of articles that I've linked to my summer camp articles that are existing articles, and I fully intend on fleshing those out over the course of the next month or two. Because I think that'd be really awesome. I really need to start focusing on some of the older content that I have in Malcora, because a lot of it is outdated, and I know that. Boy, do I know that. And so our goal is to make these things beautiful perfect, at least as beautiful perfect as we can make them. Get them looking good and delicious and flawless. You know, in theory. But yeah, it's good times. It's good times. We're doing a lot of awesome, really cool stuff. And I look forward to doing even more of that. So let's see, because I definitely have a couple gods. You know, just coming back to the Champions of the Dawn. Like, I have this as a tooltip right now, but Roster of the New Dawn is an article that I'm currently working on that actually, like, you know, exists as a draft. That is something that's going to come to be very soon, I hope. As soon as it can be. And for all the times that I've mentioned Levia the Druid, this goddess, I barely even wrote about her in this article. I wrote 2 lines for her. But I have so much more information now that I could put into an article. And that is something that I'm going to try to do. Because Cora the Dawnbringer is one of the articles that I made for this summer camp. And in fact, it is the article that I made for my own prompt. Shouldn't compare yourself to others, and if one aims for perfection, one shall never find it. That is true. You are absolutely right, and that's why I try not to do these things. A gnome in the forest told me that. Ooh. Thank you, wise gnome of the forest. I take a sippy in your honor. Oh. But yes, this article, Cora the Dawnbringer, it's the article that I put together for my own sponsored prompt. You know, might as well. Why not? And so it's a very simple article. We have a couple paragraphs in here. I've been failing my sippy duties. Oh no. Well, listen, you got me a couple sips already this stream, so I don't think you're failing. You're always welcome to
Refresh yourselves.
you're always welcome to step it up if you so choose. Well, I thank you for the sips. Yeah, we just have to stay hydrated in this house. It's really hard. We just finished doing a whole lot of work, all of us. No matter how many prompts you managed to do over the course of the summer camp, like, it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work, a lot has happened, a lot has transpired. We all deserve a little sit down with some snacks, with some sips, and to just relax a little while. Relax, have a good time, lounge around for a bit, kind of just stop focusing on work for a minute. That'd be really cool. It'd be really awesome if I could do that, but here I am, just living my life. Continuing to do work. But listen, we know me. I can't sit still for too long. There's always something I need to work on. And, you know, I already have a lot of things to work on, but I keep like piling more things like into my collection of things to work on. So really at this point I'm doing it to myself. There she is, Cora the Dawnbringer. If anyone is interested in having a read of this article, here you go. You're more than welcome to come check out this goddess of the world. And you know, I guess missed opportunity, really. I could have very easily written about Levia instead of Cora here. But I feel like Cora is so central to the lore of the world. Essentially, like, it's very silly of me to have not made her an article already. So here we go. She is indeed the namesake of Malcora. Is where the realm got its name in leaving the Nameless Age. I was expecting Cora to be from the Water Tribe. Oh, we'll see. This is Cora with one R and not two. See, it's the number of R's that trips you up. Cora with the two R's. That's Water Tribe Cora. Although this Cora is also from the Frozen North. So pretty similar, I suppose. That was not intentional, it just kind of happened that way. Malcora, is that bad Cora? Who knows? It could very well be. But no. Who knows? Mal could mean any number of things in different languages. But I do sometimes sit there and think to myself, like, I named my world Malcora.
Refresh yourselves.
Mal always means, like, bad in most, you know, real world languages. Oh, and the back-to-back Sippies. Thank you. Conlang, oh man, I want to conlang so badly. In Norwegian it means template. Ooh. Fancy. I'm a fan of that. But here we go, on the topic of Korra and the Frozen North, there's the Ilugari. This is the name of the prompt, a historical culture whose influence is still felt today. And so the Ilugari here are actually people who came from Korra's homeland in the north and moved down to Arsavella for like a chunk of history before leaving. Obviously not everyone left. There was intermingling with the native cultures, you know, like just how things go. But the base of the population had just like up and left at one point in the history. And so, even though the people themselves are gone, obviously their impact has remained. Some of their people obviously chose to stay behind. They grew attached to their new home, to people they met in their new home. They couldn't just leave due to, like a cultural connection. But these people were like huge on worshipping Korra instead of Levye, who is more like native to this region. And so, in the regions where the Ilugari lived and settled, it is actually extremely common for people to be a little bit more fond of worshipping Korra, although they will kind of do both. Because, they kind of rubbed off on each other, right? So the Ilugari actually took home the worship of Levye. I have to go to a birthday party, enjoy the rest of the stream. Oh, enjoy birthday party time. Have an awesome rest of your day. I hope the birthday party's fun. I hope you get some cake. Or whatever birthday treats your heart desires. Yeah, on the topic of conlangs, of course, these what these people left behind is kind of this system where you're very early to rise. Pretty much most of your day revolves around dusk and dawn, like the sunrise. So there's a period before the sun rises, a period during the sunrise, and a period after the sunrise, in which you get like all of your tasks done, and they're very specific to which of these 3 sections of the day you do them in. So they have some interesting traditions where certain tasks will only be done before the sun rises, certain tasks will only be done after the sunrise, and certain tasks will only be done as the sun is rising. And they've left behind words that are specifically used to refer to these 3 different stages of the day in reference to, like, the way tasks are done. And so, on the topic of conlanging, I want to figure out what these words would be and why they would be different from the words that they use regularly already. I don't know. So many adventures I want to have, and so many adventures I simply don't have the time for. Oh, if only I had infinite time every single day to just work on this stuff. That'd be awesome. Oh, and dancing and pizza party. Absolutely sounds like it'll be fun. I could go for dancing and pizza party. I just go for some pizza. I don't know why I'm hungry. I ate before stream, and I'm sitting here like, ooh, I could really go for some food. Maybe I just didn't have enough shumai. That's why they are pretty small. They are pretty light. Maybe I'll just have to have more. Shumai? Yeah, we're talking about shumai, like the little Japanese dumplings. Let's see if I can get some images here. I think it's Japanese. It could be a number of things. But here we go. Let's get that on here. These delicious little morsels. It's just mwah, chef's kiss. Absolutely delightful, beautiful. I don't know. They're just like, they're these tiny little dumplings. I always get the shrimp ones. I think shrimp shumai is like one of the best dishes there is to exist. Little rural me isn't so familiar with, I can't say words. Little rural me isn't so familiar with foreign cuisine. There you go. Those are the words. Yeah, I mean, that's totally fair. I just, I don't know, I discovered these at a restaurant one day, and like I've never been able to go back. Like I order them pretty much every chance I get. I started buying like the frozen ones that I can just keep at home and microwave whenever I feel like. They're so good. They're just like they're so delicate. Like they're very soft and delicate and really just they're yummy. They're yummy. They're perfectly like tiny bite size. Just they're beautiful. I love them. Definitely one of my favorite foods. Bite-sized foods are dangerous. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough because sometimes you're just like, oh, just one more bite. One more bite. One more bite. Who's gonna notice? And then you just realize you've eaten 30 of them and you're like, oh no. Just a little oopsie daisy kind of moment. Yeah, they go down so easily, exactly. You just don't notice how quickly you're eating them. Yeah, what else? What else can I bring up? Just over the course of everything. I don't know, I kind of want to show you guys what I've been working on with my chapter, because that's been pretty exciting. 7 tomes has really been popping off. We've got a lot of new members kicking around. We've got a lot of people just kind of getting to know each other and work being shared around here and there. Do the Harvest Handcart. The Harvest Handcart, oh my gosh. This is one of the articles that I didn't actually like update, or like I didn't polish this article at all. So it is still just like a brick of text. Ugh. There's 10 articles like this on my list. This is one of them. But yeah, the Harvest Handcart. It is essentially a handcart that is pulled on foot by a person. Wonderful, I love bricks. Yes, these are carts that are pulled like by a person on foot, and it hauls kind of like a range, like anywhere from like a small to like a medium to sometimes large amount of cargo. And this is essentially how people carry things long distances, where a lot of the rural folk and like the poorer folk don't actually have beasts of burden available to them for long journeys. They will have them to work their fields. They will have them to kind of get around locally. But anything too far from home, they simply will not risk. They will not take them far from home, and so they rely on these carts that they pull themselves to get from point A to point B away from home. Yeah, so most successful cart makers hail from Mirestead, where the business of crafting these vehicles has allowed the Mira family to take off as an unofficial family of the Harvest Belt. Unofficial, due to their location outside of the belt itself, but granting them enough economic power to have a voice in the local politics. That's why they had so many children back in the day. Free beast of burden. Exactly. Precisely. Just gotta put them to work. But yeah, they've experimented with different versions of the handcart that can be pulled like, 2 or 3 people, so they're larger and they can hold more stuff. A lot of these have failed. But there are a couple models that support 2-person use. And so these are kind of on the up and up here in our Savella. So that's like a little exciting bit of news for the people who live there. But yeah, talking about the chapter, I don't know if I've like officially shared this with a lot of people like on stream. I know I worked a little bit on the chapter world when I first set it up. Like I was starting to do a little bit of CSS, a little bit of all that kind of just general setup. But for those who don't know, we have an about page, which is pretty sick. Look at us. Oh, and I need to stop hovering things because when I hover it, it pops up with all the little visibility togglers. Yes, about the 7 tomes. I'm very jazzed about this. Just this whole layout and everything. Like, I know I'm the one who made it, but I think we should be allowed to enjoy our own work. So we have like a little section just like about who we are. A list of who we are. What we're up to. And so there's a little summer camp article. We talk about our mission. Fostering safe and productive space, building fantastical worlds, inspiring the community. These are the missions I seek to put to the 7 tomes. And there's a little section about how to join the chapter. We are currently not taking new members because like I mentioned, we have a lot of new people kind of just getting to know each other, getting to know the space, and just kind of acquainting themselves with the tomes. Yeah, I'm sure it'll open up again sometime soon. It just depends, because we put a lot of people in the chapter during summer camp, and so now that that's kind of like slowing down, like kind of the fanfare is like slowly receding. Now we have the opportunity to actually start really getting to know each other, getting to know who we are as world builders and writers when we're not on a time crunch. And so I'm pretty excited. We have a little list of house rules. So, participate, be respectful, follow WorldAnvil's rules, of course. So it's a smaller, specialized community. Exactly. That's essentially what chapters are in WorldAnvil. A little guild, yeah, precisely. These are little guilds. So 7 Tomes is a chapter specifically dedicated to fantasy world building. So here's our little creative expectations on our rules page. 1, build on WorldAnvil. This is a sub-community for WorldAnvil. So you should be on the platform if you're gonna join. And fantasy world building. You should be a fantasy world builder primarily. So yeah, this is basically a little guild, a little sub-community of the WorldAnvil community, where we get to know each other, we get to build together, we encourage each other and inspire each other to continue on our little fantasy world building adventure. And I, along with a lot of the other chapter leaders, we're kind of working on ways that we can get our members kind of involved with each other, like doing projects as a community, having collaborations. We're thinking about collaborating cross chapter, a lot of, I don't know, there's a lot of fun stuff that we're trying to put into motion right now, and I'm really excited for it. We just, again, summer camp has just petered out a little bit here. And so after all the commotion, I assume is when a lot of these moves are really going to start happening. And I look forward to it. So I don't know, let's because another thing that I'm super jazzed about, here's our little summer camp page. I've made a little feature for community initiatives that have spawned from chapter members. So Camp Farrell's on here, the Dewy Diamonds are on here, and Spooky Shenanigans badge by Hallie, the Moonlight Bard, who's one of our chapter members. I thought a little section like this would be really cool to highlight things that people are doing outside of just us, And so we have sections for summer camp prep and thoughts. And so going into summer camp, what are your thoughts? Exiting summer camp, what are your thoughts? Not everyone participated in this, obviously, it's not mandatory. But we have a whole list of people in our chapter who participated in summer camp, which is awesome. I love this. It's so cool to be able to kind of just as a leader of a chapter, I kind of have a bird's eye view of what everyone's doing. And being able to look at this and see all of this creativity just happening right under my nose is this is so cool. This is awesome. And these are all Because we have, let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 participants. 12 participants in summer camp within our chapter. And that's just the ones that I know of. That's just the ones that I've been able to keep track of. It's so cool. Ooh, that's a lot of Grandmasters. Demi's Little Sail is in full effect. Oh my gosh, yes. When Demi's Little Sail came out, I think I saw 3 new flashes of purple. Just straight away. And it's really silly. One thing I did notice is that this section right here got a little bit like disjointed a little bit because back when Nino was just a master, the master Ninodon Lord fit on one line. And so the section was a little bit shorter. It's silly. That's why we gotta build our pages with the expectation that things are going to change here and there. Especially in the case of article blocks, user blocks, just all kinds of things. But yeah, we got Grandmaster, Grandmaster. I think this was already a Grandmaster. I don't know. It's a tough one. You know, the Venerable Grandmaster has been around for a while. And the Eternal Grandmaster down here. But yeah, so it's a lot of fun. Did a little purpling myself, dread what I can do with my newfound powers. Oh my gosh, that is exactly how I felt when I bought Grandmaster for myself, like ages ago. I was like, ooh, what do I do with all this power? I can do so much, I can make containers. There's just a whole wide world opened up for me in that moment. And that was really fun and exciting. And so yeah, this is one of those things that I'm actively working on. And so in addition to just what I've been working on with summer camp, I've also been working on the 7 Tomes chapter. I will be continuing to work on my streams and my productivity schedules. I'll be working on judging for the sponsored prompt, and so that's going to probably going to play into me doing some readings on my Friday streams. If I keep doing them, I don't know, because I feel like streaming 4 times a week for me is a little much. What I might actually do is swap out like Saturday or Sunday for Friday instead. Yeah, because if I have Saturday, Sunday is like the bulk of my streaming time, anytime I take a weekend to do something, it's like crippling to my stream schedule. And as someone who, for example, does like to LARP, these are weekend events. So if I'm destroying 2 streams every single time I try to do something like this, it'll be a little unfortunate. But if I stream Friday mornings, then I may only have to erase 1 stream from my schedule for the week, you know what I mean? So overall, I think it'll work a little better in the long term. But who knows? Who knows? There's a lot to think about, because I also have friends who want to play D&D with me on Fridays. And so that could make things a little questionable. At least on the timeline and the schedules. But yeah, I'm going to share this with everyone. And I highly recommend that you go check out the work of my Tomies here. Because there are a lot of wonderful world builders in here, and especially some of the newer people. Like, we got some excellent work out here. It's great. I have like a little group of world builders now that I hang out with regularly and that I'm like super proud of. I'm super excited for. I was scheduling the eternal enemy of D&D. Yeah, I know. We had to postpone our latest session by like 3 weeks. Because last week we couldn't do it. This week we're not doing it. And next week also I don't think we're doing it. Oopsie poopsie. It's hard being an adult with a schedule. Because being an adult sometimes means that you don't really have a schedule. It's just a list of things that you need to do, and eventually you're gonna figure it out. Let's see. Haven't played in 2 months. Summer is hell. Ach, yeah. It's rough. It's rough. It's hard to get these things coordinated and put together. All right. So, on the docket for this week, of course.
Refresh
Of
yourselves.
course. Well, first of all, is a sippy. Let's get this in here.
Refresh yourselves.
Oh, and another sippy. Oh my god. Oh, I wasn't even looking at the chat, so that one actually caught me by surprise. See, I'm Nugget popping in with the sippy. Hello. Greetings. Yeah, SummerCamp 2023 Reading Challenge. This is where we are right now. This is what I'm going to start working on pretty much as soon as I get off stream today. Ever present is the question of how will I pick which articles I read. Part of me wants to say I just want to pull the articles that I remember bringing me the most joy. And when I go at it from that angle, I think, alright, Stormbro's Tinkets are definitely at the top of that list. I wonder if I can find them. Hold up. Which prompt were you? Mischievous personality, probably. List all entries. Gimme. Please load. Yes, the Tinkets. These things make me so happy. Tinkets. Nature's ultimate criminal. I love them. Look at the little art. Look at the little creature. It looks so scrunkly. And this one. this little sketch of him is just, he's so spooked. I love this creature. I love this creature. I would forfeit all of my mortal possessions to this creature. It's so good. I usually pick something random with few views and likes. There are many hidden nuggets. Absolutely. See, because the thing is, there are a lot of people on WorldAnvil who do not, like, they don't pop into the Discord, they don't share their work with people. They kind of just show up, they write their things, and then they just kind of, turn off their computer and go do something else. So there's a lot of really awesome work just, like, hidden. Just, like, in the little crevices of everything. That you don't see it because they don't talk about it. They don't share it with anybody. And so this is our mission. This is our mission as readers. Like me, I'm here. I don't tend to share my stuff. You should change that. Your work is really cool. Everyone should know about it. But here you go, everybody. Have this article, at least just to bring you some joy in your life. Whether you use it for your oh. Whether you use it for your reading challenge or not, I think you should just have this article available to you, because it's wonderful. No, they shouldn't. What? Where's the newspaper bonk emote from the Discord? I'm using that on you right now. They should absolutely read your work. A loot raccoon, yes. Look at him. He's making off with someone's keys right now. Too cute and too smart. I love them. Hey, I didn't know you were on tonight. I am, indeed. I'm on every Tuesday night, so I just, here I am. Yeah, we're just talking about summer camp, and we're talking about the things we've been up to today. Or, you know, like in the past month, what we've been up to. We're talking about summer camp, we're talking about the reading challenge, we're talking about sponsored prompts, we're talking about all kinds of things. Sister said yes. Not sure what day it is. For sure. I also lose track of time. I got gold! Congratulations! That's wonderful! That's really cool. Pardon me, just need to chapstick myself before I perish. Hell yeah, gold club! Yes, wonderful. I wish there was a gold camp. You know, like there's a copper, there's a bronze camp and there's a diamond camp. But no one came up with a silver or gold camp. Also, it's totally Friday. Ugh. We can't keep saying stuff like this to me. Have me wishing that it was. But yeah, absolutely. The Tinkets, Nature's Ultimate Criminal. I love this article. It's precious. It makes my heart happy. And the art is just so delightful. Golden 2 Extra. Told you my sister was getting proposed to, right? Oh, this is the first I'm hearing of it, but congratulations. Figure I have to collect them all. Got diamond and gold, need silver and copper. Ooh. Yeah. Reading challenge. So yes, here you go. Reading is the best way to improve your own writing and world building skills, so why not take this August to up your world building game? We challenge you to read 9 articles submitted by different authors during summer camp and write about what you learned from them. For full instructions, read on. Step-by-step instructions, make sure you have a WorldAnvil account and you're logged in, of course. Create a generic article in your world, this will be your submission. Thought I told you, but I'm glad I did summer camp. Yes. I'm also glad you did summer camp. It's really cool that you got gold. Congratulations. So many people reaching their goals and doing a whole bunch of articles during the summer camp. I love to see it. It's really awesome. So much content is born out of July every single year. And the more involved I get with the community, the more of it I get to see myself. And it's really awesome. It's like I get to be a part of people's journeys now, and that's like a really awesome thing. Yes, pick 3 prompts from summer camp and choose 3 articles written by Anvilites other than yourself from each prompt for a total of 9 articles. Read each article, give it a like and a friendly comment with constructive feedback. Pro tip, remember to mention something you liked. Finally, write down your new world building goals for the next half year. After all, you've just learned a lot from all that reading and writing, and probably made a lot of world building progress. Submit the generic article before August 26th. To do so, make sure the generic article is not a draft and is public. Then click the submit button on the right on the article editor. So there you go, that is our mission for this month. The article you submit needs to be at least 1,000 words long. There is no maximum word count. You may enter with more than 9 articles if you want to, but there are no extra badges beyond the participation one. This article must be submitted before the closing time to be eligible, must be public and published. And yeah, there you go. Those are the important rules. Reading challenge, I may pass. July was too much this year. Hey, that's totally fair. Full 1,000. Yeah, I don't know. I'm already up 700. Yeah, well, you're almost there. Let's see, have people... Oh, we have 2 submissions already to the reading challenge. That's pretty cool. I don't know, I'm curious. Who is this? Ling Chow. I don't know that person. Do I know that person? I don't know, but yeah, here you go. There's an example of what your reading challenge could look like. You write about your own summer camp, your results, and what's happened. You focus the prompts that you choose. So write about 3 different prompts, or 3 different articles from 3 different prompts each. Oh, I see. Oh, I see Nino Don Lord here and Judas Brennan. Those are two of my 7 Tomes members in a row. Look at you guys getting featured. That's so fun. There you go. And so yeah, there you go. It's that simple. And then you write about your own world building goals over the next 6 months or however long. I don't think it specifies. I'll probably do it. Don't know yet. Didn't get to this room yesterday as I was on jet plane. However, it doesn't still matter, and I still love this community. Good. Yeah, you are not obligated to participate in any of these reading challenges or anything. I just find they're a really fun way to just go have a look at the content that other people in the community are making and just, you know, just browse, just peruse. And so I think they're fun to participate in. And stream. Yeah, I didn't get to stream today. Totally fair. I've been missing a lot of streams lately because I've been traveling like out of the house and just not really having a lot of time for myself, unfortunately. But yeah, things are pretty good. So yeah, this is going to be what I work on over the course of this month. What the heck? Here's my work in progress. Oh, let's check it out, shall we? Ooh, WorldAnvil's taking a minute to load for me. Oh, crunchy neck. Why must I struggle? Aha, now I see why you're asking for a children's tale or song based on real events. It's a brick, because I love bricks. There you go. Someone's gotta make the bricks to lay the foundation. And listen, at least you have paragraphs. Sometimes a brick really is a brick, and it just is a giant wall of text with no separations. And that's the point where I'm like, I don't know about this one. But no, this is great. I like this. I'll just, ooh, that's not the button I wanted to press. Why am I so good at doing that lately? See, look at this. This is so nice, and I really like the colors that you have going on just in your theme and in your world. It's so nice. And we got ECC books in here, heck yes. I got to hang out with ECC books during the New York City meetup again this year, which is really fun. It's really cool seeing all these world builders just out in the wild. I always feel like most of the world builders out there are, you know, like Europeans, which is kind of true. A lot of people in the WorldAnvil community are from overseas, from me. But these little meetups and things locally are a great opportunity for me to see, like, oh hey, there are actually people, like, you know, in your area that you can talk to and world build with, and theoretically hang out if you guys, like, you know, click well enough. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the next opportunity I get to meet up with cool world builders. I was out of town working on the proposal. I earned my keep. Also now burned from the sun. Tolerance of people is low now due to the amount of them I've been with for the 4 days. Trust me, I know how that feels. People. I'm an intense introvert, you see. And so while I do really like social interaction, I do like hanging out with my friends. If there are too many people in a space, or if I hang out with too many people for too long, it doesn't matter how much I like you. I could love you to the ends of the earth, but if I'm around too many people at any given time, my brain is just like, leave. I'm out, I'm done, I'm good. Please give us some space. I need to be a solitary creature for a while. And I keep looking over at my notifications Because, you know, I actually don't have a crazy amount of notifications. I only have 283, and I've barely cleared any from the event. So I think that's pretty good. I have a couple saved, but like, let's see how long this list scrolls for. I'm just letting it go. we're just going. We're about halfway through now. Introverts Unite? Maybe not. That would wear us out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I definitely feel that. Oh, we're not gonna touch the mouse. We're gonna let it run its course. It's still going. It's forever. Oh, there's a comment up there that I didn't respond to. My bad. Oh. Alright, we're at the bottom of the list. Thank you for the likes that came up during the stream. I appreciate it. Very kind of you. Oh, look, it's me. Oh, look, it's you. It is indeed you. And on the topic of Stormbrill did make an awesome little stats article all about summer camp and how he did throughout the process. Look at this guy that's here to greet us. Happy celebration. The confetti really makes it. And yeah, so this is the kind of article that I actually plan to make pretty soon. Just like a summary of how my summer camp went, the actual articles that I made, the concepts that I delved into. Maybe not exactly the same way, because Stormbro did this thing where he was going into like the pros and cons, like, you know, this is a positive and this is like kind of a related negative. I don't think I want to go so deep. I kind of just want to summarize everything, like round up all the content that I made, just kind of have a lasting record of what I made for summer camp, because inevitably, the articles that I make during summer camp don't always survive past summer camp. Sometimes they will be deleted, and sometimes they'll just be like Frankensteined into other existing articles, you know what I mean? Do you check your notifications? I do check them. I just want... I want to read through them. And so I don't just clear them. I kind of sit there and be like, okay, can I give a little bit of attention to the things on this list? And I'll start clicking through things, and I'll start reading through things. And so yeah, things just go a certain way. Yawn. I'm sleepy. I made like my big push for the end of summer camp, like during the summer camp like closing stream. And so, whoo, I am tired. I put all of my energy into that. And so I'm recovering. I'm probably not gonna do very much for the next couple of days. I might start working on putting together that list of articles that I'll be going through for the sponsored prompt. I'll maybe put together a roster of like little articles and things I'm going to start reading next week. Or this week, you know. That's what I meant to say. So, I guess we will in fact be planning for a Friday 10 a.m. stream. We will keep the Feral energy going. I thought I was going to be finished with Feral Fridays, but no, I think we're going to keep them going. I think we're going to keep them going until we're through with the judging process, because really, like, my involvement with summer camp is not done. Just because the summer camp event has ended, I'm not finished. I have a lot of reading to do, and a lot of reading it shall be. So yeah, we will plan for Friday 10 a.m. summer camp article reads from the sponsored prompt. We will see what excellent content has been submitted to me. The hardest work is upon you, that is true. Because I am taking it upon myself to like actually look through every single article that comes my way. And so we will be doing kind of like a rapid fire, like, does this make the cut? Does this not make the cut? Okay, boom, finished. We're gonna cut down that 300 articles down as much as possible in a brief period of time. May the best of the best win. I have not actually looked at any of the articles in my category yet, so I do not know what awaits me. But we will find out. We will find out soon enough. We will indeed. But yeah, oh man. Aside from summer camp related work, my biggest goal still remains to make a primer for Malcora.
Refresh yourselves.
Thank you for the sip. I had to look Demetrius in the eyes on Saturday. That's the day. I had to look Demetrius in the eye on Saturday and tell him that I do not have a primer for Malcora. Because he was talking to someone else and saying like, oh yes, there are world builders here with like really great examples of primers, like Chris here, like Strixline here, and I just had to look at him and be like, man, I don't have a primer. I don't actually have a primer. And he's like, what? Why not? And I'm like, I don't know. It just hasn't come up yet, I guess. Or the topic has certainly come up, and I've certainly planned to make a primer, but it hasn't happened yet. It hasn't happened yet. However, I will say, I have plans to make a primer, and I believe that the primer I'm going to make is going to be from the perspective of someone from the Kingdom of Arsavella. So it's going to be a very limited view, a very limited scope of what the world of Malcora actually is and what you know about it going into it. On how is the primer different from an intro or the meta? I would say that the primer is basically an intro. Like the primer is kind of like it's the landing page that you send people to give them like the full rundown of like, here's where you are, here is what you know, here's what you need to know. So you'd basically want to say like, who's my target audience for this world? Like, because if you're gonna have players, for example, in your world, you'd want to give them a primer that says like, hey, this is who you are, or like, you know, this is who you could be. You're a person in this world. Here's what you know. Here's what you don't know. Here's what is a mystery to you. Here's what you can explore. Here's what is available to you as a player. Like it really is just like here we are. Here we are. Here's the information. Go out into the world and explore. My target audience is me. Yeah, but a primer basically is this intro. But it's different from the meta because the primer is distinctly introducing someone to the world and where they are and the information they need to know about it. The meta is all the like back-end information, like all the inspirations, the themes, all the things that are important to you for you to know in order to write this setting. It lays out the framework and the thought process behind what you're building, whereas the primer is what you're building. It is a look into your world. And that's kind of like the best way I can describe it. I'm sure a lot of people have different views on what the primers and what the meta and everything is. But I guess I'll describe it like this. Primer, in character. Meta, out of character. The meta is fully intended to be like, you, the author, are speaking about your process. And so yeah, I'm gonna really go for a primer that's kind of is that in-character perspective. Like you are landing in the Kingdom of Arsavella. This is the place that I would put like brand new players, brand new people to the world. And so I would describe the world to these newcomers from the perspective of someone who knows, you know, how much the average person in the Kingdom of Arsavella would know about the world. Like, here you are. You're in this place. This is what we know. Here are the gods that we worship. Here are the secrets that we may or may not have been privy to, but don't quite know very much about yet. I don't know, like that, I love the idea of it, but it would most certainly be leaving out a lot of information about the world that these people would have no idea about. Like, that's kind of the whole thing about Arsavella is like, people don't know what is going on in the world because they're so isolated. They're very isolated. They don't travel. People don't travel to them anymore. So a lot of like the true nature of the rest of the world beyond, is kind of unknown to them. This would be the place you land as a player and come to like discover what the world is, like organically. Like you don't know what's out there in the world yet, and as a player you genuinely don't. And so little bits and pieces and secrets of this world and its magic will get revealed to you, and you're like, whoa, hey, this is actually way bigger than I thought it was. There's a lot to unpack here. And so I guess I just have to find the right balance to say, hey, like there is a bigger, broader world out there, but this is what you know. This is where you are, this is what you know. And so yeah, it's a big question. It's a big question to answer, to figure out. But by golly, are we gonna get there, my friends? I guarantee it. Gonna watch a stream tonight that I missed. Haven't been able to do it yet, but that's the plan. Heck yes. Yeah, stream is good. Stream is cool. Oh, I need to update all this. This is still WorldAnvil awards and February challenge. I need to update this entire homepage. This is what the homepage has looked like for like 2 years now. I need to change. Oh, what has happened? Scornful Exaltation, thank you for following. Hello, welcome. How are we doing? How are we doing? Let's get this world primed. Yes, absolutely. That is my goal. That is my goal. That is my dream. That is what we're aiming for. And we're gonna do our best. We're absolutely gonna do our best. It's just, yeah, it's just a lot of work. We know how these things are. We know how these world building projects are. There's a lot to go through. Hitanshi, how are you doing? Love all the emotes on the encouragement. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're not doing a lot of writing right now, but we are thinking about a lot of writing plans, so the encouragement is much needed to keep the morale going. To keep the morale strong. I watched the one from Saturday on Sunday. I wanted to watch it live. I was helping my parents, I couldn't. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, hey, that's what we got the VODs for. Trying not to be run over by bicyclists. That's a tough one. That really is a tough one. Yeah, but you know how old this like layout is? When I still have this little things like latest video, and this YouTube video is from like 2 years ago. It is still my latest video. It is true. But it's not a very recent thing. However, I would really love to get back into making YouTube videos. I think that'd be really awesome. I would just need to find exactly the kind of content that I would make. I don't really do a lot of like speed paints. Like I haven't really recorded art in a very long time. I could get back into it for certain. But really, what my YouTube videos used to be is I would do speed paints. I would record my drawing process, and then I'd like voice over and talk about some topic, something that's just current in the world right now. Well, not like in the world, like in my world, in the creative world. And I'd really like to get back to that. And this video is about SummerCamp, actually. And the challenges, they help you grow. And that is true. And it's me talking about the value of participating in challenges. Because, hint hint, they challenge you. And that's a really valuable thing when you're a creative person. Because if you go your entire creative career without being challenged, you're going to encounter challenges in your life and they will cripple you. So you gotta train yourself to overcome challenges. Is it possible to get a Camp Feral badge? Not on an official level. Like, you cannot get a Camp Feral badge that appears on your profile. However, you are more than welcome. Let me see if I can navigate myself here. Summer camp. Oh no. I have not. Oh no, never mind. Summer Camp 2023 is just at the bottom of the list because I haven't changed the weights yet. Summer Camp 2023 pledge. Yeah, you can't get the badge on like an official level on your profile. However, the Camp Feral badge, this one right here, you are able to grab the image code for it anytime you like. Oh, we have just scrolled up. Do not do this. The images are just taking like 10 million years to load right now. There's one over here that still hasn't loaded in, but that's fine. Yeah, you are more than welcome to come grab this image code from my Summer Camp pledge at any time. You can kind of pop it into any articles you like, and you can just kind of use it to declare your feralness. And that's kind of how the unofficial badges always work. And if you are among the Dewey Diamonds, you are also more than welcome to claim the Dewey Diamonds badge. This is for the chill campers who are still aiming for Diamond, and that's exactly what I was this year. Are image codes universal? I didn't know that. Yes, absolutely. Image codes, as long as you get the code for an image, it doesn't matter who the image belongs to, you can pop that image anywhere that it goes. Anywhere you want it to go. Just obviously, if you're going to be using image codes from other people, make sure you're doing it with permission, which, of course, you have my permission to use the badges on your own profiles. And yeah, these images are just not loading. WorldAnvil could be having a little slowdown, a little trouble, or it could be my internet, who knows? But of course, you know, summer camp has just ended. Everyone's on here reading different articles. Ooh, are we loading now? We slowly have the Camp Chill loading in. There we go. Paranoid of getting the credits wrong is probably why I've started drawing. Hee-hoo. Yeah, well, I mean, at the very least, you know that these badges come with credits attached, you know, so like this is going to say like Dewey Diamonds badge by Strixline. So you don't have to worry about that in particular. So if you grab these, you don't have to worry about crediting them or anything like that. Again, just everything you do, everything you use, just make sure you have permission from people, that's all. And yeah, it's pretty good. So we have these other badges, of course, for anyone that these apply to. We have the Bronze Buddies from Time Pool. So if you were in the Bronze Club, like you were only aiming for Copper, you know, self-care all the way, there you go, you got buddies. You got buddies to do this with. Of course, Camp Chill by Nee, kind of like the origin of all camps, pretty much. So where everything got started. Sailing Ocelot made Anvil Sailors as well. This is for everyone, spreading a cheer and encouragement to people's comment sections. And Hallie the Moonlight Bard also created the Spooky Shenanigans badge. So if during the course of the event you wrote about like spooky stories, ghost stories, haunted tales and things, you could claim this badge for yourself. But once again, of course, these are all unofficial badges, so they will not appear on your profile on a like official level on the actual site. But you can place them wherever you like. So if you have like a summer camp recap article, you can say like, I picked up these badges by doing these things. And it's just a fun little way to connect with the community by saying, hey, I did these things, I participated in these things that a lot of other people did as well. It's fun. It's all good fun. But alright, it is about that time where I need to start going. Because I, of course, have a big kid job and I need to wake up at 6 in the morning. It is 9 o'clock in the PM. thank you everyone for coming by. Thanks for everyone for stopping by and watching this little adventure where we talk about summer camp, our little recaps and goals. It's really fun. I always have a lot of fun hanging out with the community and just taking it all in after these big events, because oh, I'm gonna sleep so good tonight. Essentially, I've taken so much of my energy to wrap up summer camp, and it's not even over. I'm not finished. So, of course, if you want to support me in other ways, I have my links, my socials and things. Thank you, Strixline. Thank you for coming and hanging out. I really appreciate it. You are always welcome to come by and hang out again. We'll say it now. Next stream, Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. I will be doing article reads, just of selections of articles that I have read for my sponsored prompt. Well, okay. Maybe 10 a.m., maybe 11 a.m. I'm going to say, because I don't think I need the full 3 hours to stream, and once I'm finished with that, I'll probably just have you guys raid into WorldAnvil. So we go from one little WorldAnvil experience to the next. I don't know if I want to be on here live from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So I might do 11. Best way to keep up with whether or not I'm going to be doing that, of course, is my Discord server. I will be doing my pings, I'll be doing everything to let you know when exactly I'm streaming. So if you want to stay up to date with all that stuff that I'm doing, you are more than welcome to hop in on my Discord server and just come hang out.
Refresh yourselves.
Oh, and thank you for the sippy. I'm just gonna put my face up here, because I am indeed just chatting at this point. So yeah. Joining my Discord server is like the best way to actually know what exactly I'm up to and like what I'm doing throughout the week. Because sometimes my stream schedule changes. There's not really a good way for me to update like Twitch with whether or not I'm streaming, kind of like at a moment's notice. No one really looks at Twitter. No one looks at Facebook for sure. So yeah, Discord is the easiest way because I will ping people kind of as soon as plans change. But if you're already in there, thank you. That's the Owlworks server, so you're more than welcome to join in. Wait, oh my gosh, I forgot to tell you guys about the little boy I acquired. Look at him, he's a little baby Torchic for my grown-up Torchic. I got him at the Nintendo store in New York City. And that is the exact same place where I got the bigger Torchic years ago. And so now I can be that meme where it's like, don't talk to me or my son's son ever again. Except do talk to me or my son's son. We will be glad to have you back in our stream anytime. Undisputed best Gen 3 starter for sure. Absolutely. I would say undisputed best starter period, but that's just me. I'm a Torchic stan through and through. From now into forever. I'm also just like a Gen 3 lover forever. That is my favorite generation. It's just such a shame that I was not a fan of the Gen 3 remake. Like, that was the biggest heartbreak of my entire life. But you know, you win some, you lose some, right? In this game of life. No, let's see. Since we are indeed wrapping up our little adventure. Who's doing what? Who's doing what? Who can I raid? Who can I go hang out with right now? Whose channel do I wish to invade? You see what's going on here. Da, 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 da. Beautiful, beautiful. We're just having a little peep. Ruby was the first I owned, not the first I played though. Ooh, true. Okay. I think the first game I did actually play was a Gen 3 game. I think it was Leaf Green. I think it was. So, Gen 1 remake, but it was a Gen 3 game. And then from there, I got Emerald. So I didn't actually play like Ruby or Sapphire, I just went straight into Emerald. I didn't play Ruby or Sapphire until later. I think I had Sapphire is the game that I had. And so that's a lot of fun. I don't know, I like the games. It was just a shame that I at the time did not have the means by which to like trade with people. And so it was kind of impossible for me to actually get all the Pokemons that I needed. The good remakes, yeah. Yeah, they were really fun. I don't know. I guess my I don't know, my take on Pokemon these days is like it's very easy. All the challenge of Pokemon, like not that it was like, you know, a super challenging game to begin with, you know, it's a little kid pet fighting game, but like I don't know, in comparison, it's just a lot easier to get through the game and to clear the game and to do gyms and to do everything. So I think when they remade Gen 3, it just felt really underwhelming. Because the game felt very fast and very easy to complete. And then with our Gen 3 remakes, they didn't even give us the Battle Frontier, which was like one of my favorite things in Emerald. I was really bad at it. I didn't know how it worked because back when I played it, I was like a child and I didn't know how mechanics functioned. Silly me, right? But yeah, I would have really loved to try my hand at it now, you know, as an adult. Battle Frontier was dope. Heck yeah, exactly. Battle Frontier was sick. Everyone wanted it and they never gave it to us. It's like so sad. I don't remember what their reason was that they gave. But I don't like it, whatever it was. So I don't know, let's see. We can raid. You know, we got some love from Game of Tomes earlier. So why don't we go back in there? Sound like a good time? Go from one little creator's writing streams to another writing stream. What are they actually doing? Hold on. It's not even showing them as online on my Ooh. Yeah, why is it not showing me them on my list? Weird, okay. So I guess we're not doing that? Question mark? I guess then the recourse is I will send you to my friend CB Doodles. Little art stream. How's a little art stream for everybody? This is a slightly mature space, I believe. So if you're a little youngin', you might want to depart and cover your ears, but this is a fun space, very fun streamer, very fun artist. Lamenting the fact that Art Fight is over. There we go. Let's go hang out with CB Doodles. Have a wonderful time. My raid shout is Bird Raid, so if you're gonna come in and hang out in the chat, you're more than welcome to shout to the heavens that there's a bird raiding this space. But I will see you Friday, hopefully. I will have an article list put together to read. I'm going to say, actually, 11 a.m. I'll stream on Friday. If I stream earlier than that, that's just a little treat for you guys. Alright. 11 to 1 a.m. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. I will be streaming. There we go. Friday. It'll be a good time. Have fun, everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy your time. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay hydrated. Grab your sippy. Go world build. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Farewell.